Let's talk about the upcoming Masters for 2025. Scotty Scheffler is the defending champion. And before we get to picking who you like in this year's event, let's talk about the par three, par four, par fives on that golf course. What's your favorite par three at Augusta?
Well, no disrespect to the front nine, but all of these holes will be on the back, the closing nine, the inward nine at Augusta
So it's
National.
the back. It all goes down on the back nine anyhow.
It does, yes. Par three, I'm going to go with the 16th hole with that shimmering pond that sits down there. It was actually the first hole I saw when I walked onto the property, and it takes your breath away.
In your life.
Yes, in your life, exactly. And, so many great shots you've seen over the years there with, the guys using the slope of that green, the terrific Tiger shot from off the green that went in. And it's just, it's one of the final three holes. You're coming off of that par 5, 15. You can hear and see what's going on up above you there. It's drama. And I think it's the best par three on the golf course.
How about par four?
Par four, I got to go 10. Starting the back nine, because you got that, it fits my draw, that big sweeping draw. You hit down the hill there, and you got the huge bunkers that were kind of now in the middle of the fairway. I guess they used to be near the green back in the day before they lengthened the hole. But that green is just so tough, and if you miss it right, like Bubba Watson did in that playoff, playing it out of the pine straw and hitting a hook, or if you miss it
legendary
left,
shots in Masters history.
I think it's a terrific par four.
And par fives, you got, you're going to stay on the back nine.
Yeah.
I know, you got two choices.
I got to go 13.
13?
I got to have it one hole in Amen Corner. I mean, you got to be, coming out of the chute. They've lengthened that back there, and it's just such a sloped fairway. You remember Mickelson hitting it up into the pine straw and hitting a 6-iron right on the green. It's just unbelievable. I don't know that I could play the holes, but I'd love watching them.
Okay. Well, George, coming out of the chute first, you get the advantage. I don't know if you had the same 3 different holes for a par 3, 4, and 5, but let's hear what you got.
All different holes.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, so I would start with number 12 as the par 3. Okay, so one word comes to mind, and that's precision. And if I had to say another word, luck, because as the winds swirl there, it's really hard to gauge the distance. And if you're short, you could easily end up in the creek.
Sure.
And if you're long, you're not good either, because then
you're in the azaleas.
Exactly, right? So we've seen players back there. So to me, that green is wide, but it's not very deep. So precision is the key.
Okay. And what do you like for a par 4?
So par 4, I would go with number 11. Okay. Ben Hogan used to say that if you ever saw him on that green in 2, he missed his second shot.
Okay. You rather bail out to the right?
Exactly, because it's so severe on the left. Even a good shot that just barely catches the left side of the green could end up in the pond.
Right.
So that would be my favorite par 4.
And then for a par 5?
Par 5, I go with 15, because even if you're going for the green in 2, it's a very hard shot, obviously, to stay on that green. But if you lay up and you have a very tricky shot from 90, 80 yards, controlling your spin and getting that ball to stay on the green and not come off the green and back into the pond, is really a critical shot. So laying up is no bargain either.
Okay, so we have 6 holes already out of the 18. If you want to repeat 1 or 2, that's what you get for batting third, Jake.
Yeah, I may. So par 3, I'm going to go with 12. I think 12 is an exquisite hole. A lot of tournaments have come down to number 12. In my recent memory, the Francesco Molinari shot when Tiger ended up winning, that was probably the most iconic tournament for me. And
he rinsed it, right?
He did rinse it,
yeah.
And it changed the whole dynamic. And that hole seems to do that every tournament. It's a very difficult hole, and it's really not a long shot. So that's my par 3.
Okay, how about 4?
I go with number 3. I think it's the shortest par 4 on the course, and you're presented a decision off the tee. You can hit driver, and some guys can get up there. There's a bunker down the left. If you end up in that bunker, it's a very difficult shot. And if you lay up in the fairway and the pin is on the front left, the only way to make birdie there is to take that on. And if you do not execute, you're in a world of hurt short of that green or long, and it's very difficult. And I think that's a lot of strategy, and I think that's a great hole.
And for a par 5?
I go with 13. I think 13 is a great hole. You're presented, really a draw off the tee box, and then prefer to hit a cut into that green to hold that green. So a lot of strategy there too. I love
Yeah,
that hole.
the last hole of the so-called Amen Corner.